What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Gemini Sun sign friends. If you're born between the dates of May 21st and June 20th, then you are a Gemini Sun sign, and this video is for you. Today we're going to be doing a new moon spread reading. The new moon is coming on November 18th. It's a Saturday, and the new moon is going to be in Scorpio. And the new moon is an opportunity for us to set new intentions, manifest new things, and maybe just start new cycles. And I wanted to do a spread or a reading that would help us to make the most of this time, let us know what intentions to set, what to hold on to, let go of, that sort of thing. So I hope this spread and this reading will be beneficial for all of us. We're going to be using the Tarot Mucha. This is a new to me deck that's got beautiful artwork and great colors, so I hope you'll like it. If you haven't seen it before, I'm sure you will. Before I get too far into it, I just want to state that this is a general overall reading that applies to a large group of people, so not everything will apply to everyone. But if you want a specific reading tailored just for you, where I tap into your energies, then head on over to my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box below. You can just click on that, get sent over there, and check out the various different readings I offer you to help you to get to the bottom of your issues. So I'd appreciate it if you go check that out. I'd also appreciate if you give me a moment to center myself and ask the tarot cards the question: what are the energies surrounding Gemini Sun signs at the time of this new moon? Alright, that ought to do it. We'll cut the deck. And this is a 5-card spread. Alright, then while we're at it, we will consult the Nature's Whispers Oracle. We're going to ask it what message it has for Gemini Sun signs for this new moon. What message for Gemini Sun signs for this new moon? Take a card, put that to the side, and we'll take a look at that card at the end. So what we're going to do here, Geminis, is take a look at these cards individually and then see if there's any messages that they have as a whole. And the first card we're going to look at is this one, and it represents where you're at in your life at this moment. We've got the 9 of Swords. Not the most ideal card, okay? I'll say that right now. I'm getting the sense of worry right now, maybe doubts, maybe some fears even. Remember, this is a general reading, and so I ask that you guys, figure out how these cards pertain to you. But there's a lot of doubts and worry and fears here. And I think it's surrounding the ego mind. It's surrounding the thoughts that you're thinking. Maybe your thoughts are turning, I hate the word poisonous is a little extreme. Not exactly poisonous, but they're kind of turning negative, which can be a poison to our overall vibration and our enjoyment of life. As when we start telling ourselves things that are negative, like whatever example, pick an example. I'm not good enough to do that. That sort of thing. And so that brings in worry, and it brings in thoughts of the future and fear of the future, and anxiety over not knowing what's going to come and not being sure of yourself. And so I do get a feeling of some negativity here, sad to say, but there are lessons to be learned here if you can kind of separate yourself from your ego and realize that your ego is just a program that's been programmed by other people to think a certain way and run these loops. And once you realize that you are not your ego, and your ego is a part of you, but you are not your ego. You are much more than that. Once you realize that, you can separate from your ego. I think you're going to make great strides in the right direction. But let's move on over to this card. This card represents what's blocking your growth right now, what you need to leave behind. And we've got the 3 of Cups. Give me a moment with this one. I I think that there might be a little bit too much time spent socializing. You know, Geminis, you guys are socialites, right? You like to chat with people and talk to people. Generally speaking, that's a stereotype, I know, and everyone's different. But I think what's blocking a lot of you at this time is just, maybe the desire to not be alone, the need to be around people, the need to socialize is stopping you from maybe growing as a person. In order to grow as a person, we do need alone time. We need time to go into the self. We need time to learn about ourselves. And it's hard to do that when you're constantly surrounded by people, when you're constantly looking for, stimulation from outside sources. So I think that's something that's blocking you a little bit, is not enough time spent going inward. And, if you are spending time alone, perhaps not doing, still trying to distract yourself and not going inward and learning about the self. And so I do get the feeling that there's, the need for socialization is hurting you a little bit. It's kind of blocking growth. And it's, it's a great thing to socialize, and you can learn about yourself from being around people. But it's really hard to really go inward and analyze the self when there's always someone there. You know what I mean? Always something there to remind you. Anyway, so yeah, I get the feeling that's blocking you. Let's move on over to this card now. This card represents what you should set as your intention for this new moon phase, and we've got the Temperance card, Major Arcana here. Alright, so whenever I see the Temperance card, I think immediately of balance, and the same is true now. I think there needs to be a little bit more balance, and I think that's the intention that a lot of the Geminis around need to set for this new moon on November 18th, is that maybe, I don't know, for some of you there might be too much emphasis placed on emotions, but I'm getting the feeling that most of you have not placed enough emphasis on your emotions, and as a result you've kind of stuffed them down and repressed a lot of them, and that's not a healthy thing. So I think when this new moon comes, I think a great intention for you to set is to try to find balance, emotional balance. Not just emotional balance, but balance in general. But for a lot of you, I do feel like emotional balance is something that's going to benefit you a little bit more. And what I mean by that is being willing to feel into your emotions, and instead of repressing them or suppressing them or surrounding yourself with other people so you don't have to feel them, really feeling your emotions, but at the same time not getting caught up in them. There's a distinction there. There's a delineation of a line of demarcation, okay, of a line between going too far into the emotions and being in the emotions enough that you are getting their benefit. You can get your benefit by going into the emotion, understanding what lesson is trying to teach you, and then putting it aside. But it's dangerous if you spend too much time in a certain emotion and start dwelling in it and getting caught up in it and allowing it to affect you. So that's where Temperance comes in. It's all about finding that balance. And I think if you ask the universe this new moon cycle to find balance, then it will come. It will come. So let's move on to here. This card represents the knowledge needed to aid your intention of finding balance this new moon cycle. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. Aha! The message here is that, okay, you set your intention, now it's time for the universe to do its job, and you got to go sit down on the couch and watch TV until you find balance. That's not the way it works. This is a co-creation, and when you set your intention, you're telling the universe what you want, but in order for the universe to be sure that that's what you want, you have to show it that that's what you want, and you show it by putting in work, by putting in action. So you have to realize that when we're co-creating, when we're co-manifesting, where it's the universe and us working together, but you have to put in the work. You have to show the universe that you're willing to get your hands dirty. You're willing to go and do things to bring that to you. So, what can you do in your life to bring balance? Maybe you can show the universe that you're serious by spending more time alone, by telling your friends, no, I can't go out tonight. I have to shave my dog. I don't know, give an excuse or tell the truth, who knows, whatever. But that's one way, just a small example, that you can show the universe that you're willing to find balance. Another thing would be to open up emotionally to other people. If you are going to spend time with other people, maybe be a little bit more expressive of your emotions, and show the universe that, I'm willing to not repress my emotions. I'm willing to open up and show them and feel them and express them, and just be an emotional person. And I think that's going to show the universe that you're willing to take the action. So figure out what that means for you. What actions can you take to show the universe that you're willing to find balance in your life? And only you know how you're out of balance. So figure out how you're out of balance, and then what's going to bring you into balance, and do that. And it takes work. What can I say? This card here represents the positive energy that will emerge as a result of this new moon phase. And we've got the Four of Cups. More cup energy coming in. Give me a moment with this one. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. The Four of Cups, you look at the imagery here. We have a person who's sitting there under a tree contemplating their emotions. These cups represent emotions. And I think that's what's going to result as a result of this new intention that you put, is that you're going to be more willing to contemplate your emotions. You're going to be more willing to study them and learn from them and understand them. And once you do that, oh my goodness, you're going to be a well-balanced person, and you're going to be able to use your emotions to help guide you, knowing that, those negative emotions that you feel is your soul's way of talking to you and telling you, what to move away from. And those positive emotions that you feel is your soul's way of talking to you and letting you know what to move towards. And that's going to help you in your life so much, because now you've separated from your ego, right? Bringing it all together. I see big change coming here, because right now you're kind of stuck in the ego a little bit, and you're allowing your ego mind to direct things and call the shots here. But you need to as a result of that, you're kind of surrounding yourself with people, because your ego mind is telling you, oh, emotions, don't mess with those right now. How can we distract ourselves from these emotions? Yes, let's surround ourselves with distractions, with people, with things to entertain us, and that'll make it so that the ego mind never has to relinquish control to the emotion. But the cards here, the new moon here, is telling you, Gemini friends, that it's time to find more balance. It's time to tell the ego mind to take a back seat. It's time to bring in emotions. And yes, it's going to take work. Yes, you have to put in work to accomplish this. Nothing comes free, right? You still have to work to do this. You have to show the universe that you're serious. But if you are willing to do that, I think that you're going to find that you are going to learn how to allow your emotions to work with you, to work for you, for the highest good. You're going to become a more balanced person, and everyone's going to be happy as a result, okay? So good things on the horizon, Gemini friends. It's going to take work, but you can do it. It's well within your grasp. Okay, so before we go, we asked the Nature's Whispers Oracle what message it had for Gemini sun signs this new moon cycle, and we've got: be gentle with yourself. Yeah, when I think of being gentle with yourself, I think of, the emotions, allowing, yes, there's extreme emotions, okay? Yes, there's great emotions that are not so gentle, and there's horrible emotions which are not so gentle. But when I think of the ego mind, when it's really skewed negatively, the ego mind is so destructive. And in order to be gentle with yourself, you have to find balance. You just have to. And that's what this card is saying. Don't be so hard on yourself, okay? Maybe, you have some problems. We all have problems. But you know how to fix them. You can fix them. And they're not even really problems. They're lessons. And being gentle with yourself means being willing to do what's necessary to find that balance and to bring harmony into your life. And the first step is recognizing the problem. And hopefully that's what this spread has done today, if this resonates with you. And once you recognize the issue, then it's, the rest is simple. You know what to do. But be gentle with yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't judge yourself. We're all, we all are products of this society. And this society has influenced so many of us in so many negative ways that it's not your fault that there are issues within you. But it is your fault if you know that the issues are there and you do nothing to change them. Then it's your fault. All right, Gemini friends, that got deep. Just know that, I think this new moon cycle is time for you to scale back the ego mind and, upscale the emotional body and just find more balance in your life. And I think only good things will come of it. Only good things. So I wish you the best of luck this month moving forward, Gemini friends. Remember, this is a general overall reading. Not everything applies to everybody. But if you want a specific reading, like I said, hit that link in the description below and you'll get sent over to my Etsy shop. And there's a bunch of readings that we can use to get to the bottom of your issues, whatever they may be. We'll work together to solve those issues. I appreciate it if you go check that out. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. It lets me know that you enjoyed it, got something out of it, and I should keep making them. So thank you for that. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, put those in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about these readings. And if you really enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button to stay up to date on all the videos I do, from these bi-monthly readings to weekly readings to spreads to deck reviews, everything in between. You don't want to miss out. And if you don't, then hit that subscribe button. Thank you for that. All right, Gemini friends, you got some work ahead of you, but it's not hard. This is all for your benefit, and you're going to come out the back end of this just far more balanced and a little bit more emotional, which I think is a good thing, okay? So have a great month, Gemini friends. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.